From whatever country you come, look at the ruins of the camp. Think, and do all you can, so your pilgrimage be not in vain, as was not in vain our death. For you and your children the ashes of Auschwitz are a warning. Act so that the terrible fruit of hatred whose traces you saw here will never grow a new seed, neither tomorrow nor ever. People often ask me, why are you so interested in the Holocaust? They tell me it's depressing. They remind me that it happened almost 70 years ago and its history. They tell me that I should read about more positive things. They say I shouldn't focus so much on the negative. I respond in many different ways. Often I'm offended. How can anyone not see how important Holocaust education is? But lately the first thing that comes to my mind is this. 70 years ago the world promised, never again. And we have not kept our promise.
I can't get these memories out of my mind, and some kind of madness has started to evolve. I tried so hard to let you go, but some kind of madness is swallowing me whole.
I've been studying the events of the Holocaust for over 10 years. I find myself trying to understand how it happened, why it happened, and why events like it still occur in our world today. I know that I'll never truly understand because that's impossible, but my worldview changed in so many ways in the summer of 2012 when I first met Eva Kor. Spending a week with her in Poland changed my life in so many ways that I never expected, and I'm a better person now from knowing her. She is the strongest person I've ever met and the bravest person I ever hope to know.
Place where people live. And I turned around and I realized that my father and two older sisters disappeared in the crowd. I never ever saw them again, nor have I ever met anybody who's seen them again. As I know today, 90% of the Hungarian transport was sent immediately to the gas chambers. Because we arrived here end of May, maybe a week, maybe 10 days before D-Day. The Nazis already knew that they were losing the war. But they were bent on killing as many Jews as they could. They didn't have much more need for people to work. And for people to be bent on one single thing and killing other people, it's beyond my understanding. But that is what happened. Once, my mother was holding on to us, and we were crying, she was crying, and Nazi was running right about here, yelling in German, twins, twins. We did not volunteer any information. And he approached us because Miriam and I were dressed alike, we looked very much alike, and he demanded to know if we were twins, and my mother asked, is that good? And the Nazi said yes, and my mother said yes. And at that moment, he signaled to another Nazi who came, pulled my mother. Actually, my mother was pulled, come to think of it, in this direction, to the right, and we were pulled to the left. And we were crying, she was crying, and all I remember is her crying and us being pulled away. I never said goodbye to her, but I really didn't understand what was happening. So we became, as we were standing here, we were marched to about the middle of that selection platform between here and there already were about, I would say, 8 sets of twins girls, and then we waited, and there we were the 9th set, and there were other 4 sets who joined our group. We were a total of 13 sets of little girls, age 2 to age 16. That is the way we were housed in our barracks. So maybe in that direction down there, they collected twin boys, aged 2 to 16, and some other place they collected twin boys and girls who were older than 16, because that is the way we housed us. From here, we were marched, and I'm going to show you when we come back where we were marched to the processing. But we are going to go now on taking the route of the victims, because then you will understand how easy it was here to die. It was the flip of a finger. And that is the way that life depended a lot on luck. And in my opinion, even when you had luck not to be chosen to die, you still had to have an unbelievable will to live. And what I would call, and as you are looking at it, I wonder what you are thinking. Would you have the will to live? I guarantee to you that every single one of you would have the will to live.
It's good to know that there are teachers in Central Indiana who are passionate about Holocaust education. My personal interest in the Holocaust has been building now for over a decade, but it's only been in the last few years that my passion for teaching young people about it has really come to light for me. I want to thank the Board of Directors and to everyone at Candles for selecting me as the teacher scholar. The trip has changed my life in more ways than I can ever express. It continues to change the way I live, the way I work, the way I love every day. I hope this passion of mine never goes away and only continues to grow stronger, because I want there to be an end to genocide and an end to this madness.
Madness.